Good day. You are welcome to this episode of our lecture. It is a continuation of our first lecture on developmental psychology. Our concern as a teacher is to assist the child to develop appropriately. This implies that we must not only know the subject matter, but the child himself or herself. Knowing the child includes knowing how the child grows and develops. Now look at the general principle of development. Every species follows a pattern of development peculiar to that species. Uh, Development can be categorized into prenatal development, that is that is immediately after conception, after fertilization, and we have postnatal development. All these have genetic sequence with certain trait or personal quality appearing at the appropriate interval. Every child has a unique pattern of growth. Such patterns are, however, a part of an established order of nature. The identified principles that are true to human development are referred to as the general principles of development. One of it is cephalocaudal growth pattern. This is a pattern of growth in which development spread over the body from head to foot. This means that improvement in structure and function come first in the head area, then in the trunk and leg region. And of course, it is always evident that the moment a new baby is born, the organs of the head will develop first. He will be able to use the eyes, the nose, and before some other part of his body. And the next part of growth pattern is prosismodistal growth pattern. This principle holds that development proceeds from the central axis of the body towards the extremities, that is the extreme. That is from the central axis towards the limbs. The next one is the principle of differentiation. Development proceeds from simple to complex, from homogeneous to heterogeneous, and from general to specific. Thus, coordination of large muscles precedes fine muscle movement. The principle of asynchronous growth or split growth, this is another type of growth pattern in which the body have their own period of rapid and slow growth, and that each reaches its own mature site at its own time. We have a principle of discontinuity of growth. This principle posts that the rate of growth changes at different periods. There are periods of acceleration and period of deceleration of growth. In brief, generally, there are about 4 stages of growth in human. From birth to 2 years are normally categorized by rapid growth. And from 2 years to puberty is slow growth. From puberty to 16 years, the child experience rapid growth. And from 16 years down to maturity, adulthood, the growth is slow. Another pattern of growth which need to be looked into here is the principle of complexity of growth. Growth is an extremely complex process. It has different collective aspects. It is complex because what happens in one area affects the other area. The other aspect of growth pattern is that which states that structure generally precedes function. Of course, if the structure is not matured, is not developed, then of course it cannot be used for any meaningful function or for any function at all. It may be because of emotional stress, illness, social isolation, or physical harm. All physical components of the body, including the brain, usually mature and get ready before they can be functional. That's what we mean by structure precede function. Principle of uniqueness of individual. Of course, it's another pattern of growth. And the principle is that every individual is unique, that there are no two people that are exactly alike. Even when we refer to beings, some organisms as, or human beings as identical twins, you still discover that there are a lot of things between them that are not identical. We'll now look at modifiability of rates and pattern of growth. This principle posits that growth is natural, but the rate and pattern of growth can be modified by various factors and techniques. Some of these factors are nutrition and drug taken by the mother, most especially during prenatal period of a child. And also the environment contributes a lot in modifying the rate and pattern of growth of an individual. Another aspect we need to look at is opportunity to learn. Of course, a conducive opportunity to learn will go a very long way in enhancing the child's growth, while those people that are not exposed to such opportunities are handicapped in growth. Illness and diseases, this is another factor that affect growth. Some of this illness, like where you look at a child that has health challenges like sickle cell, you will discover that many a times their growth, physical growth, are hampered because of the illness. Generally, the presence or absence of some of these factors can affect the rate and pattern of growth in an organism. Thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and we hope you are going to subscribe for a follow-up of this lecture on developmental psychology.